Hey, babe. I want you to try to do the 6ix9ine impression.
All right.
Okay. So I'll do it first, all right?
All right.
Yo, like literally, you mad fucking beautiful, you feel me?
I want you to say,
Y'all know the fucking vibes.
Y'all.
yalla.
Y'all know. Wait, let's try the Scarface one.
Okay.
Maybe
I
the Scar-
fucking love you, man. I want you to be the love of my life.
Okay, how do I do the face?
I want you like this. Like you smell something nasty.
You ever look at your person and think to yourself, wow, how did I land you? You're the most beautiful.
Seen visibly crying from the courtroom, Ali Abulaban pleaded not guilty in the murders of his estranged wife, Anna Abulaban, and another man, Rayburn Barron.
First, he shot Rayburn Barron 3 times, and then he fired at his wife, leaving 1 gunshot wound in her forehead, again from close range.
Welcome to the Common Podcast, where we speak upon common sense and realize it really isn't that common. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a sweet little surprise, a little bit different than what we usually do in the topic. Something came up and I thought it'd be very great to cover it. Before I jump into the topic, I always say this on all the podcasts. If you are watching for the very first time, I ask that you come in with an open mind. Obviously, there's going to be some controversy whenever we have these conversations. But just be open-minded, be willing to accept other people's ideas. Doesn't mean that you have to own them, but just be open-minded about it. It'll help you not get offended, and maybe you might learn something. Put the pride aside. But anyways, guys, we got Ray Luna, who's back, I think, for the 3rd time?
Yeah, I think number 3.
3?
Yeah.
And then Carlos has been on a little
on a bender
train,
yeah.
Right? You've been like 3 or 4 times already in a row? Or
Yeah.
Something like that. So, I want to talk about the JinnKid case. Do you know who that guy is?
I have no idea what's up.
Okay, so he's a TikToker. Now, don't look him up.
No?
I'll inform you here.
Okay, all right, you tell me.
So, JinnKid is a TikToker, and it's crazy because I just discovered him about a month and a half, and I loved his content.
Okay.
Absolutely loved it, right? I went back and I started watching all of his content, all of his wife's content, because they make content together.
Uh-huh.
And his real name is Ali Abulaban, or something like that. So allegedly, this isn't official in court, so we have to say allegedly, but all the evidence is pretty out there to prove that he's guilty. So allegedly, him and his wife were having some issues, right? There was a domestic violence call or something like that, a case, where she called the cops or whatnot. She asked them to leave, and I think a week had passed, right? She was already trying to file for divorce. She put a restraining order on him, but he secretly got a copy of the key to the apartment, and so he was sneaking in when she didn't know. He also downloaded an app on his daughter's iPad, which allowed him to hear live audio on his phone.
Ooh.
So whatever was going on in the apartment, he was listening on.
He bugged it, yeah.
He bugged it, exactly. Now, he heard a man in the apartment. He then rushed to the apartment, shot the guy 3 times, and his wife 1 time in the forehead.
No.
And killed him.
Wow.
Now, the crazy thing about this, I told you I had just discovered them,
yeah.
is that if you literally go to her TikTok, you would see that they look so happy.
Yeah.
And even on his TikToks too, like their videos together, I think she had, there's a bunch of like TikTok trending things, like something like, when you found your person or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And she's recording him, and they look like they're just happily married.
Genuinely in love.
In love. And little do the viewers know, little do we know, is that they're in it, bro.
Yeah.
They're in the thick of it. You know what I mean? Like they're struggling.
Yeah.
They're, obviously he's getting physical with her and stuff like that.
Yeah. Wow.
She's filing for divorce. Now, another thing that is alleged is that she was already talking to somebody else, right? Because obviously she has another male in the house
while he's gone.
Within a week.
Yeah.
Now there is assumptions saying that that guy was there for her own protection because she did file for a restraining order against her husband, so she didn't feel safe. So these are claims that I'm pretty sure her family or friends are making, like, oh, she wouldn't do that, she's there for her protection. I might be calling BS on that, but nonetheless, worst case scenario, she was talking to another guy already.
Yeah.
Does this deserve death? Does this deserve her to die? Because I mean, there's people in the comments talking. They're going both ways, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nothing justifies homicide. I mean,
that's another thing.
Justifiable homicide. What do they call it? The crime of passion or whatever.
Crime of passion.
Yeah.
So that I don't know if it was you. I was talking to it was another buddy of mine. Him and I were talking about it, and he was like, I wouldn't be surprised if he saw less than a decade in jail.
Probably. Which is
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of that. The same reason. That crime of passion.
Yeah, because here's another thing that he can use to his defense, not justifying it,
Can
right?
I look him up now?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Not justifying it, right? But it's against the law to
kill someone.
It's adultery is against the law, right? And so, how do you expect this could be his defense. I'm not saying this for me, but how do you expect a man to stay sane when his wife, his partner, is doing this to him while they're still married?
I mean, he's gonna get punished, bro, but he's not gonna get like what people expect, like a life sentence or like the death penalty or anything like that. And like in my situation, like if that was me in his shoes, like I don't think I would kill anybody, but it's on site.
It's on site.
You know what I mean? Like there's no way, bro. Like we can all sit here and say like, nah, like I don't think I would act this way or whatever, bro. But like knowing that your wife is just 1 week apart, and she has, maybe they weren't doing anything. Maybe that was just a friend. Maybe that was just somebody, bro, that has nothing to do with them being
an intimate
relationship, bro. But when you hear another man in that situation that they're in, bro, that like you're getting a divorce, she's filing for divorce, you don't want the divorce, there's all this shit going on behind the scenes, and then you hear that, hell, that's your first thought, like, oh, she's cheating on me? Hell no.
Keep in mind, he's probably going insane already.
Yeah.
He's like,
what's already going through his mind.
Already going through his mind. What she might be doing, he probably already had that in mind as soon as he heard that.
Of course.
And that's just reassured it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But curiosity killed the cat. Because he's the one looking. You go looking for it, you're going to find it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, obviously not justifying the fact that he should have killed her.
Yeah.
But like I understand why he acted out in a way that he just couldn't control. You know what I mean? Maybe could have got physical. He still would have got in trouble, right? Whatnot, but not to the point of
someone's
murder.
life. Or
two
people's lives.
I totally forgot to finish the story.
Okay.
He then picks up his daughter from school, and they stop him on an 802 highway of San Diego. Loaded gun. Surveillance cameras caught him calling his mom, admitting to his mom that he just killed his wife. They questioned the daughter, and the daughter says that all he said was, "I hurt mommy," right? So all these red flags are pointing towards that he did it.
Yeah.
He pleads not guilty.
Yeah, I saw it.
I saw it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and there's like a clip where he's or they're saying what's alleged, and they say like he shot his wife in the forehead, and everybody in the courtrooms crying, sobbing, and he just starts bawling, like going crazy. It's like, dude.
Yeah, you just kind of like,
come on.
But I don't know. Maybe he's trying to get a deal. Because if you just automatically like,
you don't give yourself
claim yourself guilty, you kind of like all the leverage just went out the window, you know. So you kind of, I mean, maybe that's his strategy. You get some type of plea deal or something, get less. It's probably what he. But I mean, it's kind of obvious, you know. He can't deny it.
Yeah, and my buddy was telling me that 80% of the time that there is like a death, a murder or homicide within like a couple, 80% of the time it's within a spouse. Like a spouse did it.
Yeah, like there's also that couple. Was it in California that went missing?
The hiking?
Those guys. And then now they just discovered the other body or something.
Okay, that's like
super fishy.
That's super fishy because they found his body skeletal already.
Well, the Brian
Laundrie. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Did they? I mean, I heard they found body remains, but
they said dental records.
So his body was already decomposed that fast.
That's what they had said. That's what I had heard on TikTok.
That's because I just heard. Well, I didn't hear. I just read that it said they found remains, which is like, I mean, I don't know what remains they mean.
Well, it can be.
It could be any number of things. Yeah, it could be any number of things.
So if they found like just bones, I don't know, bro.
Because what I heard was that some people were thinking like maybe an animal ate him because they found him out in the woods or something like that.
Could be, but
in the same location as her, I thought.
I doubt it.
No,
I doubt it.
Because he had run away or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was missing forever.
He had taken a plane.
And then he was in Florida. And so I don't know the details on the current details, but
yeah. So, what do you think about JinnKid? Do you have any like sincere? Do you feel bad for him at all?
Bad for him?
Yeah.
Yes and no. I feel bad.
The safest answer he always gives.
I feel bad for him in the sense of like the act that he committed because of just a 5-minute like rage, bro. You know, like that's. I feel bad because he was famous. He was making like income. You know, he was gonna take care of his kid. You know, like, you gotta think about the kid too. That's what I feel bad about. Like.
And then people will turn it around and say, like, oh, yeah, he should have thought about the kid beforehand.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, like, put yourself in the shoes, bro. You're not going to think about a kid before, you know what I mean? Like, that first thought is like, damn, like, my wife is cheating on me. Like, you know, I'm not going to take this. Pride comes in. Ego comes in. Like, all that comes in, bro. And your primitive senses come in and you act.
Yeah. It's because I don't know the guy personally, obviously. But I doubt this man is a murderer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to your point, I doubt he's a killer. I doubt he has it in him with a sane mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With, everything going well. But at that point, he just couldn't handle it. You know, like it was just way too much. And that's the way he acted out. So it does suck for him that he has to suffer the consequences. I think that's a consequence for lifetime. You know, even if he doesn't go to jail for the rest of his life,
he lives with that.
Yeah. Right? But on the flip side, it's like she doesn't have a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's gone.
So it's like,
Should've
okay,
thought about it twice.
Oh, okay, well, he could have thought about it twice. You know what I mean? So it's like she made a mistake, but his mistake was fatal. You know what I mean? So they both made. She made a pleasure mistake. He made a fatal mistake. Both of them were in the moment. We could say that, but one was.
I mean, if it is true that she was talking to somebody already and there was something intimate going on, honestly, bro, I don't feel bad for her. I don't.
Savage, bro.
Bro, you're rough.
I mean, you get what you deserve, bro. I mean, I don't think she deserved death, but it is what it is.
I don't think her mistake was in the moment, because if she was living a lie, that's no longer a moment. That's a series of moments with time to reflect on what you're doing. Whereas he acted spontaneously in heat. Hers may have been in the moment the first time and the second time. But then after a while, how long is it before?
Yeah, I mean,
Now
obviously
you're
we're
just
assuming.
consciously hiding it, assuming the fact that that's the obvious thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Even worst case scenario, I still wouldn't agree. Like, I still don't agree.
It's never justifiable to take somebody's life, you know.
Yeah, I still feel bad because she has a family and she has a daughter.
Should have thought about it twice, though.
You
know what I mean?
Stop it.
Because she wasn't doing that in the moment. Obviously, if she was already talking to somebody else, she had that. She should have thought about that. You know, like, hey, like, I'm still married. You know, like, let's wait till I get divorced, fully divorced. You know, like, but if you're having, especially, I'm pretty sure the daughter lived with her, right? You know, like, what you as a man, like, damn, like, she's not only being intimate with another man at her house, but my daughter is there. I can understand his reasoning, and for that, dude, like, the girl had all this time. If she was doing that, I mean, I don't know, right? We're just assuming right now.
Yeah.
We're just putting scenarios out there. But if she was like having an affair out of her marriage, you know, should have thought about it. You know, she knows him more than any of us do. Because right now we're just kind of assuming on what.
Yeah.
But you know, if she knows him better than anybody. If she knew that his personality was like, he has anger issues or, like, you know, something like that, she should have thought about, like, doing stuff.
Yeah, somebody made a point about that obviously there was already a report of domestic violence.
Yeah.
So, like, if she knew that, you know, if she had that man over for safety, she should have, you know, seek true safety or went to go live with somebody.
Yeah, could she have lived with her parents or another family member or had a girlfriend stay there?
That's just so dumb to me, bro. Like, you having a guy over for safety, bro. Like, there wasn't that much safety, obviously, right? Like, it just, that sounds so dumb to me, bro. Like, you're gonna
we're gonna have, like, the feminists on this, like, why should she go out of her way of her living to go live with her parents? Because, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That scenario sounds dumb to me. You know, to have some, like, another guy over for protection. Like, there's so many other things you could have done for protection, and you chose the dumbest thing, like, to have another male in your apartment or house, whatever. You know, that seems like the dumbest choice you could have picked for protection.
Yeah, you just hate to see it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks because, like I said, I don't think she should have died, but hey, man, it is what it is, dude. You can't take it back.
Yeah, especially having, like, their opportunities come at them, you know. They left a lot on the table.
Yeah, this guy was blowing up big time. And Carlos was the one who brought it up to me.
He took Scarface too serious, dude.
He took Scarface. That's what my wife says. Like, do you think, like, he owned that narrative a little bit too much?
Motherfucker, he was pushing.
Oh, he would do the Scarface impersonation?
So, yeah, he would do...
Perfect, bro.
Oh, then maybe I had seen
Scarface. He would do 6ix9ine. He would do...
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, then wow.
Yeah, he would do John Wick.
John Wick, yeah.
Yeah.
You have a couple of...
Yeah, but he was good. Like, he was a great content creator and all that.
Yeah, I've seen his stuff. No way. Oh, that was that dude.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
He took that.
That sucks.
He took that character too far, bro.
He took John Wick too far.
God damn, they killed his dog and he got mad. He got pissed.
No, I don't know, man. It's a tough... Obviously, nobody deserved to die. I just want to make that very clear because I feel like we're like trying to...
Siding with him?
Yeah, we're just trying to justify him. I want to make it clear that I think it sucks on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because we don't know any... Aside from the details...
How many people have gotten into divorces because of adultery? Not everyone kills each other. There's obviously... life at the other end of the tunnel. It sucks to go through that.
Yeah.
But people have made it without killing each other. So.
Yeah, but it's okay. Look, let's talk real. We're men, but it's hard to leave a relationship when you're not ready.
Yeah.
It's hard, bro.
Yeah.
I in the past, bro, like it's happened to me, and it feels like the world is ending. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what to do anymore. You feel like what's gonna happen now?
Yeah.
So like you can just imagine how much pressure this guy was under. You know what I mean? And so it's completely different when you're the one that's ready to move on in comparison to the one that you're still in love.
Even when you're the one that's ready to move on, that's not always easy. Because
it's not.
If you really care for the other person, your conscience beats you up about that all the time.
It's not, but it's a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, let alone it's hard enough to do it when you both agree, like, you know, even though
if it's mutual.
Though it's mutual, you know, like
it still
you
sucks.
still hurt,
still
you still sucks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Imagine that pain 10 times more, knowing that you're like fucking hurting, and she's with somebody else already.
Yeah.
That's just a dagger to the heart. And it depends on everybody. You know, we all have different personalities, bro.
Yeah.
Like we all
handle it different
ways. I'm telling you for a fact, like I'm going over for sure, and I'm probably spending the night in jail, bro. I'm not killing anybody, but you know, we're gonna settle this shit like men, bro. You know.
Ray, what are you doing?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna
go to the farm.
Eat some donuts.
Eat some donuts. You're gonna go through depression or something.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't do anything
crazy?
Or?
I don't know. It would depend. It would depend on the situation. It would depend who it was. If it was a really close friend of mine that was doing it, like the guy, like I knew him, like, yeah.
I think in that case, yeah.
If I didn't know who he was, well then whatever, you know. But because the offense is now double, you know what I mean? Because it wasn't just her, now it's my buddy too, or whatever the case. But that would be the only thing I think that would set me off.
I think for me, bro, it'd be so much like if it was somebody that I knew, like a close friend or something.
Yeah.
I don't think I would actually go and physically fight him, but I would.
I'd write him an angry letter.
Nah. I would make his hard. No. I would just make his life miserable other ways. Like there would just be so, I don't know what I would do exactly, but I would do something to him, to somebody that he likes.
He's a melancholic, bro. He's an urchin. But I tell you about urchins, bro. Like they're evil. They're very strategic.
If it was somebody I didn't know, like just a random dude, probably just go, you know, throw some hands for that night, go to jail. That's it, bro. You know, call it a night.
I told him we talked about it, and I told him, I was like, bro, you're gonna get cheated on and your ass whooped.
But it depends though. Like Ray said, you gotta pick your fight, bro. If you know you can't fuck up that guy.
If it's Kai Green with your girl, I mean,
Kai Green's too busy with grapefruits. What you talking about?
A couple laps around, that motherfucker gets tired.
Oh man, I would like to say that I wouldn't do anything physical.
Yeah,
bro. I'm telling you right now, you would. I know your personality, bro. You would.
I think you would.
Fucking fat and immediately, bro. Like, I know you would, bro.
Rupert would.
Hard and fast.
Rupert would come out.
Rupert would.
In a heartbeat.
Rupert's my alter ego. According to this guy's. Rupert definitely would, but
yeah, Rupert's aggressive.
I would like to say I wouldn't, but again, not in that situation. Never been in that situation, and I'm pretty sure that all this sense that's in my head right now, completely out, and so I don't know how that'll work.
Yeah, I like to think I'm a controlled person.
That's what we all like to think, you know. Yeah. We like to think that we would be the bigger person.
But how angry?
But I know for a fact, I know myself, bro. I know that like if I get mad, fuck anything that makes sense, like anything,
I've seen it with Mike.
Yeah.
I've only seen you blow up once.
That was it.
And that's it. I've never seen him get.
And that's because it was like not even all the way, because I was able to control myself enough to not like hurt Mike or do something to him, just like, you know. But that's so much different compared to what I would feel like in this situation, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I hope I'm never in that situation, but
most definitely. I don't think anybody wishes to be in that situation.
That's crazy, bro. But yeah, like you said, I would probably do that. Probably wouldn't even be enough for me, bro. Like, to know, just go there that night and get in a fight. That probably wouldn't even be enough for me. Like, I would have to do something else to them to get back. Like, that's just the type of person I am.
So, what do you think would bring that on? Like, what is there? You think a lot of people going through that, or
because I've gone through that or going through that?
Well, not that exact situation, but like what led up to that, you know, like
so like the action
stuff behind the scenes that nobody knows, you know.
Okay, yeah, so like let's jump into like the subtopic of what people in relationships display on social media versus what reality was going on behind the scenes. I'm sure, bro. I mean, come on, let's be honest here. Every relationship is gonna have trials and tribulations. There's no perfect relationship. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a pastor. I don't care if you're the president. I don't care who. I don't even care if you're a relationship counselor or a marriage counselor. Those people are going through it, and relationships are always gonna go through it. So yeah, I think people are going through it all the time.
I think fame has a lot to do with it too.
It adds to the tension.
Fame, yeah, because you portray this relationship to millions of people.
Yeah.
And then they put you out to be a fool by cheating on you, and like, you know, like there's probably so many thoughts that he thought about, you know, like, damn, my followers are gonna think I'm a fool, I'm weak, or like whatever, you know, like maybe so many things that like went through his head.
Yeah.
And maybe the fame, probably, maybe if he wasn't famous, he wouldn't have gone that far to kill her, you know. But
that's a good.
Yeah, because now there's more at stake.
Yeah.
Versus, okay, now it's you know, his wife and his kid. Yeah, but his kid will still be there. He's losing her, but then now add in the income he's making off from being in the relationship, because that's the whole premise of his content is his relationship. Well, then now he's losing out on that.
Yeah.
Aside from like what the followers are gonna think. And, you know, now he's got that whole other side of it to be pressured by.
Yeah. Because obviously, ever since he started becoming famous, the pressure was there to show that they were in a perfect relationship.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can see it in their videos. Like, you would think nothing of it. You would think that they were just completely happy. Dang. It's just, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
My first thought was like, nah, it can't be true.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
I told you, right?
Yeah. I had just found him out.
Yeah.
You guys, my wife, I was going crazy catching up, watching all his videos. And I could not believe it.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So what do you think people should do? Do you think people should show their reality on social media or just keep it the way it is? Because, I mean, one of the best advice of a relationship is don't show your dirty laundry to people, right? Because obviously my wife and I were going through something. I go and tell my family, they're gonna think badly of her.
Yeah.
If I go to my friends, they're gonna think badly of her. So are we supposed to keep it in closed doors, or you know what I mean? Or show it?
Yeah.
I think there's a line. There's a gray line between social media and your personal life. You obviously, like for them, they portray their characters or whatever they do online. Obviously, they're getting income from that. You know, that's their source of revenue. So they have to portray. That's kind of their job, basically. You know, they have to show up to work. But yeah, dude, there's a great line. Obviously, you're not gonna air everything in your relationship out to everybody, because that's none of their business. You know, that's your private life.
Yeah.
So once you start putting everything about your relationship outside, you're asking for it. You're asking for trouble. You know, you're gonna start having problems. It's not really that healthy to have everything out there.
So on the other side of the line, do you not show that you're perfect?
Yeah, of course. I mean, because we all know we're not perfect, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, our social media is kind of like a photo album. I don't know if you've ever been in this
Obviously, it's all happy moments.
Yeah.
You're not going to put like an argument with you and your wife, right?
Exactly. But like, even if it's like you're not in a good mood, I don't know if you've been in a situation. I've had, relationships in the past where I'm like, I'm not happy. We're on vacation, whatever.
Yeah.
Put on a fake smile.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take a picture. Pissed again.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a TikTok.
Don't even like the fucking picture till like 3 days later. When you're like, I like
All right,
this.
fine.
You know what it
Yeah.
means? Okay, hold on. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, do we stop doing stuff like that?
Yeah.
Or
I think it's just you gotta be honest with your partner. Like if you guys are good with each other, and you guys know that you guys have these bad moments, have these good moments, but at the end of the day, you guys are adults about it. You guys apologize to each other. You guys talk about the problems and what can be resolved. I mean, I've always told my wife this, like, I don't care what other people like think of me. I don't care what your friends think of me. Like, if they think I'm boring, if they think I'm whatever they want to think, I can care less, bro. Because I'm not in a relationship with them. Like, I'm in a relationship with you. And as long as you don't think that way, and as long as you're happy with me, we're good. I don't give a fuck what your friends think. Like,
I think the
care less.
exact same way. To me, I don't live to please anyone that isn't going to benefit me. And I know it sounds like,
Selfish.
Yeah, but no, it's just like,
We all
why
do that.
why am I gonna put on a fake face for people that at the end of the day I'm coming home to my wife, at the end of the day I'm coming home to my family, so it's like, for what? That's actually a huge pet peeve of mine, is that when I know someone and then like we're in a different setting and they act completely different, it's not that I get mad, it makes me feel weird, like it makes me feel like, whoa,
like what, like for instance,
I don't want to go down this road.
okay, well, don't be specific, but just give a generality, like
a scenario.
Relationship. In a relationship, it was cool together, right? The moment we're with the friends or with their family,
they change.
Completely different. The voice changes, the
pitch of the voice, how they talk.
Yeah, the mannerisms, different sayings.
So they're in character.
Yeah, and it's just like,
but which is the character?
Yes,
right. So
I believe,
are they on or are they off when they're with you?
I think they're off,
but
I would like to think that they're off. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good question, man. But
I think too, like, how when I just joke around with my wife, like, for having like a phone voice. Yeah. And like she was talking to I don't know who the other day, and I was like, why were you using your phone voice with them? And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, your phone voice. Like, it sounded like you were on customer service with somebody or something, She's like, oh no. And I was like, were you upset with them? And she's like, yeah, I think I was just a little bothered.
Don't go kill him, Ray. Yeah.
Some guy.
Yeah. Like grabbing his phone.
But yeah, like we all act according to
a certain
scenario.
I totally agree with that. But when it's like your family, your friends, you see, this is gonna be like a tangent, but I am the same person when it comes to my wife that I am with Carlos. I am the same person that I am with my wife when I am with my family, because at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna be true with them because those are the people that I care about. So when I'm
your guard's down.
Yeah, my guard's down. I don't care about saying things that I truly feel. Obviously, like, if I'm in public, like,
you behave.
You behave because okay, people think that that's fake. Like, oh my God, you're being fake.
Yeah.
But think about it like this: the way I wouldn't talk the way I talk to to Carlos, I wouldn't talk that way to my grandma
or your boss.
It's just exactly. Yeah. It's just respectful. People are like, oh, he's fake. He's putting on a different. It's not.
It's not fake.
It's
according to the scenario.
It's like, bro, my parents raised me to be a certain way when I'm in public with people that I don't know, or with like, be respectful, have manners. Like, that's not being fake. That's just having fucking.
It's having enough discern in you to know when and where and how to respect.
Yeah, there's different levels of your personality, and maybe out in public you only get level 1, level 2.
Yeah.
But when somebody closer, they get deeper in those levels, and then now they get to know different aspects of your personality. Yeah, I don't think that's fake either. Yeah. But how many levels do you show on social media then? because we all know we have different levels. So then, I guess, is it according to your comfort level how much you're gonna let out there? Because I'm all for being sincere and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, when you're going through something in that moment, you're like, oh man, me and my wife are getting divorced right now, and make a whole rant about it when you still haven't even figured stuff out yet. But if you want to talk about it maybe 3 or 4 years later, once it's already
That's
passed,
a testimony.
and now you're just sharing your experience, that's, I feel like, okay, well,
that's fair.
You know, now that's up. Yeah, you're allowing yourself to let that vulnerability out a little bit for maybe the benefit of others, you know, or just to keep people up to date, you know, like, hey, you know, if anyone didn't see me online for a year in 2017 or whatever, it's because I was going through this and through that, and you know, and people could say, oh, okay, well, that makes sense, you know.
And I'm not very big on social media either, bro. Like, I mean, if you ever look at my posts, shit, some are like a year apart, like, and my wife always, she always gets mad. She's like, why don't you post pictures of us? Or like, why don't you post, you know, like.
She says, you have more pictures of Roger than me?
Yeah. And it's like, but that's not me, you know, like, I'm not a person that like wants to put my life or my things out there to people to see, you know, like. And that's her thing. She likes to put pictures every day, stories every day. Like, I'm having coffee today, you know, like, to me it's like, I don't give a fuck. If you like, if I see somebody put like their fucking coffee is like, really, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't, like, who cares about your coffee, you know? That's my way of thinking. Like,
tomorrow I'm gonna put
if I'm gonna put my coffee, like, who cares about my coffee, you know? Like sometimes I put like me working out or something, you know, but like that's rare. And so now I've been trying to get a little bit more into social media just to like kind of like please her a little bit, but that's not really, you know, that's not something. Social media is not something that I like to like put myself out there a lot, you know.
My goal actually for this year was to be on social media more.
But why?
Why is because my dream thing is to be able to make an income through this, through social media, and I'm very bad with that. Like, I absolutely hate TikTok. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The only reason I get on it is because people send me links, and recently I've only been on it because of this case. But I can't.
And for the John Wick impersonations.
Well, no, I watch him on Instagram actually. I don't even watch him on TikTok.
Oh, okay. On the reels or whatever.
Yeah, the reels.
Yeah.
It's not that TikTok's bad. It's just I don't know. It's just another app, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't like when, like, I'm too consumed in that one app or whatever. I'm already addicted to a video game on my phone, and I'm like, no, it's just too much. But yeah, that was my goal, to be on social media more because to market what I'm doing here. Yeah, exactly.
You're a creator. Yeah. So obviously, what you're doing right now is media, and in order to push it out, you know.
So let's from a scale from 1 to 10, I would say, like, vulnerability wise, probably like a 5 out of 10.
Like, that's how much you'd be willing to put out there.
Yeah.
That's still pretty deep.
Would you say a 5 out of 10?
5 out of 10.
Half?
That's pretty deep. Most people, I think, only do
because
level 1 or 2.
I'm willing to be personal with things that only involve me, but not my wife.
Yeah, because that's not your place to share. Yeah,
it's not my place to share. So it's like I've shared, you know, some vulnerable stuff on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some stories and stuff like that. So I guess I can be vulnerable, but to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna
just open the gates for everyone to.
Yeah.
Because you have people that aren't as mature, and that are looking to criticize.
I have an uncle, very wise guy, and he told me one time I was going through a lot at the time, and it's crazy. I went to him for advice because he was like my role model as a kid. I went for him advice, and instead of giving him like helpful advice in the sense of helping my mental, first advice he gave me was, don't tell anybody about what you're going through. I was like, what, bro? Like, that's what you're going to tell me right now? Yeah. Like, I need help. I need to be asking for help. He's like, no. Because what they'll do is they'll use it as ammo. So when all this storm passes by, they're going to see, one, you're weak, and they're just not going to respect you at that level. And they might use it against you in the future. He's like, only talk to people that you can trust. If you need anything, call me, whatever. But that was like the first advice he gave me.
I think that's true. Like
I'm gonna give a Carlos answer. I think that's both true and not true.
Yeah, it is like because you
have
have to know who you're telling.
Be selective.
Yeah, because you can't just because some will take it as like
some can.
You have to be very selective. Is what his point was.
And so, see, he may have gone through things that have taught him that.
Yeah.
You know, but again, like, how old's your uncle?
30.
Significant difference.
Man,
age
that's
difference.
crazy. Yes, 38 maybe. He just texted me his age.
Okay, well, when see, like, I don't see that because I just turned 30, so he's only 8 years older than me. But damn, did you see that? When was it?
38.
Don Cheadle and Kevin Hart.
Which one?
I'll show you later.
Okay.
But like, there's always been that stigma that like men can't share their feelings.
Yeah.
Because it's weak, you know. And to me, it's become so much of an issue that I think now the opposite has become true, because now that type of person that's seen as stubborn, not willing to like comply or meet halfway, they're not very they don't compromise, you know, kind of set in their ways.
Yeah.
Versus someone who shares a vulnerability can be seen now as like more respectable in certain ways, because it's like people respect that bravery that it took. Like, they wouldn't do that, you know, so they kind of admire that person for opening up a little bit. It makes them seem more human.
Yeah.
And so the respect can grow. But again, depends on the situation.
It really does depend on the situation. Yeah. My mentor, actually, he told me that distance equals respect. And so what that means is, he's like, have you ever noticed that if you see your family a lot, it kind of like that gate starts to come down and they stop respecting you, right? Let's say you didn't see them for about a month. You come back and they treat you like a king. And it's like, you know,
you're a special guest now.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you know, they sit you down, they feed you. Yeah. It's not go get me this. Yeah. It's I'll get you this. Yeah. Right? It's the distance that creates the respect. And so he always told me was that if you want respect from certain people in your life that you really don't like, distance yourself in a way that whenever they see you, it's like a treat. It's a treat. Yeah, it's a treat to see you. And it's like they're asking you, what do you want, rather than what can I get from you? So
yeah, that's true, bro. I'm one of those people that like don't like to open up because I think it's weak. Yeah, like I admit it, you know, like I admit that, but I don't. The thing is with me, dude, like if I'm going through something, I don't open up to other people because obviously, like I just said it, I think that's weak. But I do sit and have a conversation with myself. Like, might sound dumb, but I do have a conversation with myself, bro. Like, you know, like in the mirror. I do talk to myself. Like, I'll talk to myself. I'll write some stuff, and I'll ask myself my questions. I'll give myself answers, you know, and eventually, like, I might not figure it out, but I have an idea now. And I'll kind of like go and try to fix whatever the problem was, if it was with my wife or whatever it was, you know. Yeah. But that's how I cope with the hard problems that I have. I have a hard conversation, like true conversation with myself. Yeah. Because I don't think, my mentality is, I don't think anybody can give you better advice than you can give yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, when people go for advice, 8 times out of 10,
they're not really.
They already know what they want. Yeah. They're just they're looking for affirmation. Yeah. Affirmation. Yeah. That's all they want. Yeah. You know what I mean? Someone had came up to me for advice the other day. Yeah. And it was here at this table. First thing I told him, are you coming for affirmation or are you coming for honest advice? Yeah. Because if you're just coming for me to tell you what you want to hear, I'm not going to do it. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? And, you know, we chopped it up there. But, well, oh, yeah. To his point, like talking to yourself, actually, there's a study done that intelligent people or people that talk to themselves they're a little bit more intelligent than people that don't. I know it's kind of weird, but it's a weird fact. But it makes a lot of sense. Because they give themselves the chance to reflect on themselves.
And that's them being more analytical with their actions.
Yeah.
Versus somebody who is of a lesser intellect, just goes purely based off of emotion.
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever I'm going, it doesn't have to be a big problem either. But especially when I'm at work, I'm constantly thinking about it in different ways, different shapes and forms, and I'll talk to myself every now and then. It's just,
Yeah. For sure.
So on a gauge from 1 to 10, what do you think?
Me? My goal is to be more open. I wish I was more open. I would like to be a 5. I don't think I'm there. I think I'm somewhere like a 4.
I think you can be more than a 5 though. You're a very outgoing person.
Yeah, I mean, I think possibly, just not on a large platform.
I think you're literally a 10 out of social media.
Yeah,
like
me,
like
most definitely.
In society, like when with you talking to people and you meeting people, you're definitely a 10, bro.
You're
like
a dolphin, bro.
Yeah, bro, you're a sex.
No, I mean like okay.
So
the question was like vulnerability. Or
on social media.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was talking about off social media though.
Oh, off social media.
Well, he was saying that, but I asked you on social media.
Since you're off social media, you're up there, dude. You're a 9 or 10.
Yeah,
so
I would say so.
It probably, I would think it would be no problem you being the same thing on social media. Just you,
and I've never really seen it different, because to me, you gotta know what is social media.
Yeah.
To me, it's a tool. It's another platform to communicate. It's a communication tool. So the same way you use your phone to communicate with people, the same way that you're addressing a larger crowd, you know. And for me, I guess my particular circumstance, I've never had an issue with it because I grew up in front of a crowd. Like my dad was a congregation elder in our faith, and so I at the age of 6 was already given like public discourses in front of 100+ people. So the same way I address a crowd is how you address social media, because it's a crowd. You give more generalizations than you do specifics. Like you said, on a one-on-one, you're a 9 or a 10, because now there's that personable relationship that you're one-on-one with someone. But when you're in a group of people, it's like going to a party. You're not gonna say these crazy things, you know, on social media. I mean, unless you want the attention, you know. Yeah.
But to this point, I agree. I think you can be very up there, maybe like a 6, 7.
Maybe.
It's just time, bro. You just obviously like you got to put a lot of time into social media. Yeah. So that's annoying.
Yeah. It is. It can be, because it's more like
especially
it's
somebody
a job.
like him, because he's like a 1.5.
Yeah.
You're pushing it, dude. Honestly, for me, it's
I don't know where you were, dude. I thought you were in hiding.
Bro,
or something.
you can think like this guy will. Amber alert. Like if you don't see him in person, you will not see him on social media.
MIA for like a year. Come back. Hey, what's up, bro?
He was freaking out because I had told him that I didn't talk to you for like over a year.
I was like, wow, I couldn't.
That was like during the whole.
This isn't one of those
like
things that you touch.
Pandemic.
A little bit before the pandemic, through the pandemic,
and then just, hey, where you wanna compete? Yeah, all right, let's work out.
That's tight. That's tight.
Yeah. I forgot who had asked me like, "Hey, and Carlos."
I didn't think it was me.
I was like, "No, it was a family member."
Oh.
I was like, "I don't know. We haven't talked." It's like, "Y'all got married?" I'm like, "No, it's just I don't know. We just parted ways. I don't know." Yeah. It's weird how that happened.
And that's see, that's something that you just brought up. Distance creates respect. You know, like when we started working out together again, I was like, yeah, bro, just go to my house. You know, I'll be there in bed. Like I trust him. Mm-hmm. So it's like, but yeah, like sometimes, dude, like just because you don't talk to somebody for a while, it's like it's not like you're mad or you don't want to talk to a person or anything. It's just like, you know, like you guys got some shit to do. You know, just
you're busy.
Your times don't coincide, bro. But like, you know, eventually, like if you guys are good friends, you guys go
pick
back
up
to
where you left off.
Yeah.
No biggie.
Yeah.
No biggie at all. Yeah. You have anything else to say? Anything else to add? Social media versus reality?
I just don't think. I think maybe also it's a society thing that needs to change too, because why are we getting mad at people for only putting their best on social media when maybe they do it too?
Yep.
I agree with it.
Why would you expect for someone to put their worst on social media?
Mm-hmm.
The same way that you would expect, a child to behave their best in public. Why would you say behave your worst in public?
100%.
So we need to stop expecting for people to like realize that person's a human just like you.
Because people glamorize them, bro. People think they're perfect.
Yeah.
Damn.
Maybe we shouldn't idolize them as much. Maybe that's what it is. Like, why are we expecting so much of people?
Yeah,
we're
creating.
You're
our own
creating
poison.
it. Yeah. And then chastising them for being human when they have faults.
Yeah.
Exactly. Perfect.
So I think that needs to change. Just the expectancy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all gonna do it, and we're not gonna stop doing it.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go away.
And to that point, it's like I'm okay with like social media being like a highlight reel, because it's the way I see it when it comes to like pictures. It's kind of like a photo album.
Yeah.
Right. A photo album you're gonna show other people. Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna put the best times.
But I also think there is power, again, with context and having enough time elapsed, that when you do put something like, oh, hey, remember when Johnny broke his arm? And, there's a picture of him with his arm and he's bleeding. And, like the fact that you can now look back on it and laugh.
Yeah.
That's not a highlight, that's kind of a low point. But now it's still like, I can look back at that and say like, oh, man, like that was some crazy times,
Yeah,
it's really crazy.
Yeah, but the expectation of these people, it's like you can't be putting full things like that.
Like, no way, you guys had problems.
Yeah. It happens.
It's a huge gray area.
Yeah. But also, I think social media is still relatively new. Like, I was listening to one of my favorite YouTubers the other day, and he was explaining his username. I follow, because I'm really into guns and all that, so I follow Iraqi veteran 8888. No?
Goddamn communist.
Yeah. Putting politics aside or whatever, but he was explaining his name and stuff, and then he was saying how when he first started YouTube, like he didn't know what to put as a name, because it was just like when we all chose our very first email domain names, like my wife's is Baby Blue Dolphin. Like it wasn't anything professional or something. It wasn't something given much thought.
Yeah. Because
we didn't really know how long this was gonna continue, And then here we are, just 10 years later. I went YouTube. I remember I was in class 05 and. Some guy was
Damn, bro. You were graduating in 05? Damn.
No, I graduated in 09.
In the O's?
In the O's. Man, screw y'all. But like YouTube wasn't a thing yet. It was just stupid.
It wasn't in 05?
No. It was stupid cat videos and like
super, what the fuck y'all doing in school?
Super glitchy stuff.
Hey, but now it's necessary.
Now
like
you need it.
You need it. It's not like it's not an accessory anymore. It's almost like, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of like teachers out there who be like, go home and YouTube this, or like watch this link, or you know what I mean.
Or you have homework and or first thing you do, YouTube.
But how old was it to where like that started becoming a thing? Like where if you couldn't figure something out, you went to YouTube to figure it out. When was the first time you did that? What year was it?
Oh, for sure, middle school, bro. As soon as I could get my hands on a device, like as soon as I was old enough to get like my hands on a device, like.
But like, do you remember the time that you did it? I think mine was maybe 2012, was when I didn't know that there was so much content on YouTube. I didn't start using YouTube until 2012. That's when I first started using it.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't be able to pinpoint it.
So we're barely like, my point being is like we're barely 10 years into this platform to where it's like super hot. People use it all over the world.
Because we got laptops. I remember the school issued like laptops for every student when we were like in 7th grade.
Yeah.
So as soon as we were in 7th grade, we had already a laptop that was issued to us. play games with YouTube. You
Exactly,
can
play games.
Yeah.
whatever.
But now using it in a professional capacity. Now that you're an adult.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
still
I mean?
play games.
You, but you can literally like anything you want to learn, YouTube it.
Yeah.
I needed to. What did I need to do?
The dumbest shit, bro. Like sometimes I'm like, bro, there's no way somebody made a video about this.
And it's on there.
It's some guy.
Oh yes, my wife's car detected that somebody was stealing it, so it locked.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, man, I didn't know.
How do you undo that?
I didn't know what was wrong with it.
Theft mode.
Yeah, I thought the battery is dead or something, but the steering wheel was locked and everything like that. And I literally put Cantron on Buick Encore.
And it tells you the code.
And
press the gas 2 times.
It told me put the key facing up in the cup holder and then press start.
What?
Press start.
Wow.
And the guy explained everything, and I'm like, what?
That's
bro?
so cool.
Yeah. Imagine somebody trying to figure that out.
Yeah, bro.
20 years ago.
Take it to a dealership.
Heck no. Yeah. And how much do they charge you? Right? And now that's there for free. So like my thought process is on that is, okay, we've learned that platform. How long is it until as a society we get to know social media and how to behave on there? You know what I mean?
Did you hear about the metaverse now?
No. What's going on with that?
So, little Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, Meta. Yeah. So now he's restructuring his corporation. Yeah. I saw that today.
Well, I heard the idea was going to be, aside from, I don't know if it's going to include Facebook, but it's going to be like a whole complete like digital world where you can be, it's like the video game Sims. Have you ever played it? Where like you're
Sims.
you're a character in the world.
I've never played it, but I know the concept.
You basically live a life in the video game. That's basically from what I haven't really looked into it, but from what I read, just like the headlines and stuff, that's what that social media thing is gonna be. Like you can be
yourself,
whoever
virtual.
You can be whoever you want. You can be rich. You can be poor. You can buy things in there with the cryptocurrency.
Wow.
So it's all gonna be digital, bro. So
Dang.
Can you imagine people now fake their lives on Instagram?
And
so
we get mad at that and where it's heading.
they are gonna be they can be whoever they want now.
BBL.
Everybody, bro.
Yeah. Man, it's scary.
It's gonna be like the Matrix, kind of like
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which it is crazy,
Yeah.
bro. To think, I mean, it's 6 years from now when that thing finally like comes out to the public. It's like, damn, bro. Like now you can just go into.
Think about handicapped
world.
people that haven't been able to walk. Get into that virtual thing, they can walk again.
They're basketball players now and shit.
That's crazy.
Shit, I'm gonna be 6'5". Fat.
I mean, I don't know how far that can go, you know,
Yeah.
but my immediate reaction is you're never gonna do without real life, I think, you know.
That's what we think now.
That's gonna play an important aspect for sure.
Ray and I will be chiseled. And we'll be abbed up on the virtual world.
Cheeked up. Double cheeked up.
On a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's. I mean, obviously those are right. Obviously, it's not set yet, but those are ideas that have been thrown out to make a whole complete digital world that where you no longer have to get in a plane and go to Hawaii. You can transfer yourself digitally to Hawaii and experience it in real life. Like obviously not real life.
Yeah, but
like if you're there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of like a VR. Bro.
Yeah.
Like you're there. You know, that's crazy to think.
That is crazy. It's completely possible. I think the technology exists now to do it.
Yep.
Like you could be in a little pod, you know, and put on some goggles or whatever, and
Yeah, it's crazy.
they can artificially throw in like smells of the ocean and stuff when you're in there.
That's crazy, bro. Can you
Feels like you're
imagine
there.
the hackers or like
If dreams, if
hackers?
yeah. Oh, there you go. That's a whole nother thing.
Put you in a nightmare. Put you in a horror movie.
put you in a real fucking Freddy Krueger movie or something?
Sheesh.
I mean, then have you heard of Elon Musk's Neuralink?
Yeah, I'm getting that.
So
I'm kidding.
can you imagine if all that interface?
You don't want to get the vaccine. You want to get the.
But you want to get a Neuralink.
I'll get
You want
Neuralink.
Bluetooth in your brain, but you won't get vaccinated.
Elon Musk for president.
Damn.
That guy is. It's on another level.
I trust Elon Musk. I don't trust the government.
Facts.
Nah, hell no, bro. Fuck that.
But then, like, you think about even like the Tesla accidents and stuff. Granted, like I'm still a Tesla advocate. I like the brand, but little stuff that goes wrong with them, you know. You're going 70 on the expressway, and then all of a sudden, you can't take the cruise control off, and your brakes don't work. And then what?
You're driving a damn robot, bro.
So what? How's that gonna?
That's the future, though. Regardless of what we want.
So now you have a neural link in your brain. What can go wrong with that?
That's true. No. I'll find out for y'all.
I just had a heart attack.
If you're on cruise control with your body,
I'll find out for
y'all.
y'all.
Can't stop.
I'll be all
just doing push-ups forever.
Oh,
you're just stuck in that mode.
Hey,
you have that Goggins just click. Goggins mentality on.
Facts. Start carrying the boats.
Who's gonna carry the boats?
I think we're gonna wrap it up because we're going on a way off tangent.
You were way off.
So what was your final thoughts
on JinnKid?
On social media.
On basically
reality.
The situation, what happened? Is it justifiable? Is it not?
No. At the end of the day, I don't think it's.
So if you're watching this, you cheat on me. Hey, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. He's coming. It's on site.
It's on site. I already told you.
But now he just gave himself away. Now it's premeditated.
Facts. Premeditated murder.
Edit this.
Cut it out.
Anyways, guys, thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed the podcast, share with at least 1 or 2 people. They might enjoy it as well. Also, if y'all have any ideas of any other topics, leave them down in the comment section below. Also, Patreon. I haven't been shouting out the Patreon, but if y'all want to become a Patreon, I'm going to be sharing hopefully some bloopers and some behind the scenes on there. If you want to check that out, that's going to be the first link in the description. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and until next time, we're out. Peace.
On the track.